So his plan, apparently, if he's not lying, is that that the lawyer and the judge he's going to use can't stand women that divorce their husbands and screw them over, which I'm not doing, obviously, but they, James has presented them whatever story. He lies habitually, and I don't know what he's told them exactly, but supposedly, unless he's making all this up, that the lawyer and the judge they'll make it under the radar look like they sent me papers for the court date or whatever, and look like I got it and didn't respond to it when I really will never get it in the first place. They'll make sure I don't get it, and then the judge will give James everything, and they'll come over and serve me with this in the middle of the night and kick me out in the cold. That's his plan. I don't know the name of the lawyer. Supposedly he's got 117 divorces under his belt. I don't know what that means this year or altogether or whatever. But supposedly a Christian lawyer too. It doesn't sound like a Christian to me. It sounds like another narcissist. I mean, they don't know anything about my side of the story, and yet they're making all these plans. And James has told them everything he says. And all this that he's talking now about getting revenge on me is because I wouldn't let him play with my boobs today. Some other days. I mean, I don't want to be used sexually by someone that I want to get rid of. He's crazy. He's evil. I don't want him touching me anymore. And so he wants to punish me for that. Anyway, I need help. I don't have any place to go. I'm disabled. I can walk just maybe 100 feet and I gotta sit down. I don't, have a vehicle other than the truck that he's gonna keep, supposedly. I really want to stay here in this cabin. It's a barn. It's not insulated, nothing. It's just a raw barn. But I've decorated it with furniture, a bed, a refrigerator, a microwave, a camp stove, an air conditioner, a propane heater, and stuff to make it look nicer, which I haven't put together yet. He's staying in the fifth wheel, which is falling apart. We lived in it for about 7 years. He never fixed anything on it when it broke, and so it's falling apart. The sleeping area ceiling is falling down, almost touching the bed because the roof leaks. He hasn't fixed that. Most of the windows have the screens missing. Most of the little knobs don't even turn the windows to open them. The door doesn't shut. You have to hold it with a bungee cord shut, so it's not safe. It won't keep intruders out, including like bears or, we live out in the middle of the woods in this mountain, and there's wildlife out here. It doesn't keep us safe from any of that. And can't lock it when we leave or when we come home, just bungee cords. The floor's peeling up. Can't clean very good because you can't get behind the parts that are peeled up because there's dirt caked in them. And the cupboards are all broken. Doors falling off. Cupboards just hanging in there. We're not hooked up to water or electricity, so if you dump water in the sink, there's a bucket underneath that catches it, and that never gets changed because it gets heavy, and I can't deal with the heavy stuff. He doesn't take care of it. We lived in there for like 7 years. It was nice when it started out, but it started breaking down. And he doesn't fix anything. A drawer fell apart and he just threw it out the door. Has garbage piled up like about 5 feet high right outside the door. That's been there for at least 7 or 8 years. Bags are torn open, so you can't just haul bags anywhere. All kinds of stuff sitting around the yard because he never cleans it up. And this was before he had his heart attack or got sick or anything, that he let all this stuff fall apart. And And he's mad because I want to live over here in the cabin, which is at least not falling apart. I want him to live in the fifth wheel until he gets another place because he thinks I should be the one to live in the fifth wheel since I'm divorcing him. Well, I mean, he was always yelling at me that I'm the head of this home and believing that, that the biblical leader of the home is responsible for all the decisions and to boss the wife around, I guess, and whatever. But with his belief of being head of the home, he never took on his responsibility and kept it to be a safe place to live in. And just let it go real downhill. So now he wants me to go over there and live over there to be punished. I think I've been punished enough of having to live in it with him when he never fixed anything and just kept falling more and more apart. He has threatened to kill me. He's threatened multiple times to bash my face in, and even mentioned that again the other day. I sure wish, you sure need to have your face bashed in. He used to threaten to bash my face in because I would try to squeeze between him and some furniture to get to the bathroom. And he'd be sleeping, and he'd get mad because I disturbed him and start cussing me out and threatening me and threatened to bash me in the face, to kick me in the stomach, and other things 3 times over there. He said, I'll kill you. And he's talked about killing me over here, too. Talked about killing other people as well. Had the cops over here a couple months ago because he was talking about killing people, and then took his gun, loaded it, and took a vase of flowers he bought for me and a sweater he bought for me and was going to blow them away with bullets to get revenge on me for whatever. And so I called the police because I thought he's liable to turn around and shoot me too, since he was acting that way. And the police said they couldn't do anything really as far as that because he didn't threaten today to kill me. He said that was a civil matter, part of it. And I wanted to get a protective order, but that would have meant he wouldn't be able to finish putting the solar up, which he was supposed to be doing for my sake, to have some power, solar power, so I could at least have electricity to some extent. He took him months to finally get that done. He had some guy help him. So I was trying to just stick here and put up with stuff the best I could until he got that done, because otherwise I'd be here without any power whatsoever. And anyway, our electricity also runs on generators because solar doesn't handle all of it. So the generators have to handle the heavier stuff, and they break down every few months and have to be returned or whatever, and I can't lift them to do that stuff, and I don't know how to troubleshoot them. So he's been doing that just for the time that he's here. Now today he said he's not doing any of that anymore. He's going to get his propane tanks filled up, but he's going to keep them. He's not bringing any for me to have any heat in this teens and single-digit number weather. All because I won't let him stay. He's like blackmailing me, you want me to do this stuff, you open up your shirt. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard or ever been through. I've worked in psych wards as a nurse. I was a nurse for 37 years. I've worked in most of the psych units or psych hospitals, both in the Tulsa area and in some other cities too, because I traveled a little bit. Never ever seen anybody act as insane as he's been acting. And I don't want to have sex with him. I mean, I'm getting divorced from him. I don't want him to touch me. And he's insisting the Bible says that I have to, because my body's his and I shouldn't withhold. People going through divorce don't have to abide by that. Oh, God. I don't have anybody to go stay with. I don't want to go to a shelter because I need to stay here where the land is paid for, the building's paid for, the truck is paid for. I told him I'd be willing to sell half the land. Just let me live in the half that I'm living in now and keep that half, and he sell the other half. We have 5 acres. Supposedly can get 30 to 40,000 for the 5. So he could sell half of it and get 15,000 or 20 and just leave me be here. But he says, he's got this thing worked out with his lawyer because they hate women that act this way, that they're going to take everything from me and put me out on the street. And he said the lawyer has already put a call into DHS to come and get me out of here or whatever, because there's so much snow and ice. That's the only reason supposedly they haven't come. I don't even know if any of this is true that he says he's done. But it's emotional and mental abuse, religious abuse. It's really messing me up. I get chest pain every day, like bad, and it lasts a long time. And pain in my stomach, headaches. It's messing me up physically, but I don't have any bruises to show for it to get him out of here. And at this point, I think I'd rather live without the electricity, the propane stuff, and the generators than to have him here trying to blackmail me and threaten me. But I don't know how to get him out of here. And like I need help.
Real quick.
What'd you say?
All these women talking narcissist bullshit. There's no ERA in the Bible anyway. Blame it on the man. Their responsibility at all. Unfortunate.
There's more men talking about it than women.
Whatever. Yeah, because sucking up to get on the woman's hearing. Oh, only way I can ever get head anymore, or suck their tits, or lick their pussy, or get fucked, is if I kiss their ass and act like I'm
Oh
on
my
their side.
God.
They're using psychology.
Oh my God.
They're sissies.
They actually care about women and
No,
not
they're
getting
sissies. They're doing that.
exposed
They're
to
doing that
idiots
so
like you that
they
are.
don't want to go without pussy by raising their voice. Women are mainly complaining bitches, and they start most of the fights. It says hell is an enlarging its borders. Gee, I wonder why. Because extra room for the millions of women that are going to be there. God, I wish God would do a reverse rapture, and all of a sudden all these women disappear to hell.
You're a woman hater. A typical narcissistic trait.
I hate the ones that are acting like they're acting. Yeah.
You hate them all.
Yeah, may as well, because most of them are bitches. Good for getting head and fucking, as long as you're just going with them and not actually marrying them. Because after that, it's goodbye.
You think women are only good for fucking? Is that what you just said?
Outside of it.
Oh my God. You keep coming up with the new stuff. It just. You're one real sicko.
You're right.
What's your lawyer's name?
None of your business.
Well, I can find
You'll
out.
see it on the letterhead soon, so shut the fuck up. 117 divorces this last year in this county. Or no, 217. About 198 filed and more on the way. And there's about 500 waiting because the courts are so tied up with so many bitches from hell in rebellion against their husbands that they're filing.
Gee, maybe they're filing because they're tired of being abused.
Drug abuse. Well, what did he do? He raised his voice. Why was that? Oh, because I was bitching at him. Don't they guys know that women are supposed to bitch at them and constantly complain? Push buttons. If we can't find a button that we can push, we'll make another button up. Degrade them. Talk down. Doesn't matter if we said better for worse. We're just going for the worst. There never was any better. I just lied to them all these years. Probably had a flourishing ministry if I had been stupid enough to hook up with you. Sent by Satan to destroy me. Hope you do go find another place to live and have a roommate. Have some big nigger fuck you for a while, huh? You don't allow your husband to.
Yeah, you're such a godly man.
Whatever.
I remember when you told me you wouldn't mind having a nigger with a 12-inch dick come here and fuck me while you watched so you could see me get some pleasure or some stupid ass thing like that.
Whatever.
And now you're accusing me of gonna go off and live with one.
Oh, yeah.
I've never even went out with a black person. I don't call them niggers.
You still got that on your bucket list, I'm sure. Most white women do.
You really need psychiatric help,
No,
and
you
for
do,
more than
bitch.
PTSD.
You do. The only thing I need to do is get rid of your ignorant, ugly, hateful ass. You're fucking hateful.
Because I won't let you.
From hell.
Because I won't let you.
Rotten hell.
Because I won't let
You
you.
are a bitch, a bitch, a bitch. Like, with a capital B. I can get your ass for desertion, according to Lawyer Daggett. He said I can get your ass for desertion.
Desertion.
Even though you're president, you deserted me. In my hour of need, DHS is very. He gave him a call. Said you could have been hauled off for making me, not allowing me and that dog in here when it was 6 degrees.
You had plenty of heat in there.
You should be up on charges. You're evil. I can kick your ass right out of this. It's just as much my fucking house as it is yours. Go live with somebody.
You had plenty of heat. You
had
had plenty of heat. You had plenty of heat over there.
Troubleshooting that, hauling water, and locked me out of my own home to live in something that I wasn't prepared to winterize or nothing yet. In single digit weather, that's actually criminal.
It is not. You were fine. You were fine in there.
Ask the lawyer.
You were fine in
by
there.
the grace of God and witty inventions. If I ran out of propane, I'd been dead.
No, you wouldn't. You'd come over here.
And yeah,
If you were out of propane, yeah, I would have.
to combine the things and not worry at all.
You didn't have to worry. You're being.
No, you didn't want to have that.
You didn't have anything to worry about. You're just being an asshole. It was cold over here too. Why would you quit with a fake brain? You think he's actually listening to you when you act that way?
In heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive our trespassers, but strike them dead on the way. Forgive our trespassers as we forgive those who trespass, our trespassers. As we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, although we're driven into it. And the other party is warned not to drive the other person into temptation. But deliver us from evil, for thine is the power, the kingdom, and the glory forever. And if the unbeliever, somebody that, you don't believe the same as way I do, cut down these lying false prophets. And then they're accused, we're not prophets, we're just watchmen. I'm pretty sure a watchman lies. Anybody that lies and predicts or prophesies certain things that don't come to pass is just as guilty.
That doesn't have anything to do with your wickedness.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I have no wickedness. Wanting my marriage to be healed is, how friggin' wicked.
Your marriage isn't going to be healed. I told you it's over. You keep trying to force me to stay in it.
Besides that, not you.
No, God gives us choices. And I choose to not stay married to you.
You're going to be punished for your bullshit that you put me through. You're going to get raked over the coals so good, according to this lawyer. And by the way, we're incognito. We're off the radar. When it happens, it's going to be like a thief in the night.
What are you talking about?
When you finally get served with the papers, divorce papers, that is final, and then the list of stuff that I win. Because he's got ways of making it look like the person was notified, but they didn't show up at the court date. We're under the radar right now.
Oh, what, you're
been
going to...
through the same bullshit. he's had friends and relatives that do the same kind of crap that you're pulling on me, and he hates that. He's going to get a judge that hates it.
And he hasn't heard my side of the story. He hates it based on your lies.
Sure he has. I've told him everything.
You did not. You don't tell anybody everything. You lie. I catch you at it all the time.
Yeah, okay. I'll always just be both of you.
You're not eating both those. I bought that hamburger.
Whatever. I've gotten as much as when I was working as a chef. Gotten as much as about broke it down to the salary towards short week, not having to put in that many hours because he wasn't that busy. Came about $20 an hour. So let's see, I'll send you a bill for all the cooking I've done at $20 an hour. And let's see, how much did you cook? Well, you don't. Oh, you don't cook. I forgot.
I'm adding this voice recording to this video. And then I'm going to put this talking section before the actual video recording at the beginning of it. Right now it's at the end. And then you can hear the rest where you actually hear him saying things to me. Hearing us talking, arguing. And I have other videos on YouTube also, which is my journal, but it's a video journal where I've recorded a lot of the dialogue that's going on rather than written it, so that I can prove, that I'm not making the stuff up. And then, okay, I wanted to mention that I'm 70 years old. He's like 70, either 72 or 73. And I think he's gone nuts. I don't know if he has some kind of a medical condition that's made him flip out, or because he's always been, for like the last at least 8 years or more, he's been mean to me verbally with threats. Threatened to leave me once a month. I'm gonna pay to get me a motorcycle and leave you, and threatening to bash me in the face for years because I disturbed him when he was sleeping because I had to get up and go to the bathroom. And calling me a bitch and a cunt and a whore and a witch and a Jezebel. All that's gone on for like 8 years plus. When my son came to stay with us in 2020, he said, "Mom, you're living in an abusive marriage, don't you?" I says, "Yeah, I know, but I can't leave." He begged me to divorce James. But anyway, at that time, I didn't feel like I had a way out. And then in 2025, I started learning about narcissists and the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde personalities, which is basically narcissists, and emotional abuse. And I started realizing that I shouldn't have to stay and put up with this, being treated this way. It's messed me up in a lot of ways. I finally talked to a woman about it, a woman friend. I hadn't talked to anybody because we're ordained ministers. And I thought, well, maybe he's going to stop being this way because he used to be nice. About the first 7, 8 years of our marriage, he was pretty nice, although he lied to me and some other things that really, caused problems. But I kind of brushed him under the rug, and we got along fairly good. Now he says I've been a bitch since day one. Well, that's not true. We used to get along fairly good. We'd minister together, we'd sing together, he'd preach. But then he started getting mean after he got falsely accused of cruelty to animals because he shot at a dog and nicked him that was chasing our chickens. And the dog ran back to his house, and they told a lie about that he came over and shot the dog on their property with little kids playing in the yard. Made up this fake story. Not James didn't do this, the neighbor did. Told this fake story, and they believed them. And so he went through probation, eventually got it supposedly released, but he didn't actually break any law in the first place. the dog was chasing our chickens, and we had a right to kill him. But he got so mad about that being a false arrest, and all it cost us like $4,000 for court fees and different things like that. That yeah, I noticed he started being a lot meaner to just in his talking and stuff, and about other people. You know, like boy, I sure like to put a bullet through this person's eyes, or um, just talking about killing various people, like cops that abuse people, or they get smart aleck with people, or his ex-wife. I would have no problem doing that to her and burying her in the backyard and just different things like that. And arguing with people on the internet about Bible stuff instead of just telling them about it and then letting God deal with them, arguing with them and saying, I turn you over to the tormentor for the destruction of your flesh, because they wouldn't, go along with what he said. And all of his family members blocked him, um, literally all but one or two. And they all hate me because he married me and then started keeping the Sabbath and stopped celebrating Christmas and Easter and started celebrating Passover and Hanukkah and the different biblical feast days. So they all hate my guts because he started doing those things and then trying to cram it down their throat. And so then he got, mean to people about that. And then he just started getting mean about other stuff. And then, like I said, calling me all the names, threatening to leave me, um, and threatening to bash my face in. And he did actually hit me in the face earlier when we first moved out here. He hit me for no reason. I said one word. I said why, something he was doing, and he got mad and started cussing and yelling at me and hit me with the palm of his hand 3 times really hard up the side of my face, and it gave me a headache. And ever since then, whenever I bring it up, even now, which is like probably 13 years later or more, he denies it completely that he ever did it. He gets mad at me for bringing it up, for accusing him of doing it when he says he didn't do it. And so when he threatens to bash my face in, I do get concerned that he might really do something, because he has in the past. Um, and oh, the lawyer, I finally got out of him that, not the lawyer's name, but that he met a guy at uh, that VA place where they go and sit down and have a beer and stuff like that. There's a man there who is a legal, what do you call him? The one that works for the lawyer that does some legal stuff. He met that guy there and told him supposedly our story, but I'm telling you it's a lies, because he lied. I caught him lying about me on the phone to people before, and the way he tells the story, it makes me look bad, makes him look like the victim. And so he told this guy all this stuff, and then the guy said, well, he can do these things, like he can not really serve me and make it look like he served me, but I never got it. But make it look like I ignored it and didn't go to court, and then the judge give him everything and kick me out of here and all that kind of stuff. Like they're plotting this. I mean, isn't that even illegal for a lawyer person to deliberately plan on doing something to where the person won't get served, and so they can rake him over the coals? And I've never tried to rake him over the coals. All I want is for him to live in the camper, because I don't think I should have to. He let it fall apart. He's supposed to be my protector and provider, and he let it fall apart. So why can't I live in this building, where I've literally furnished almost everything in here? I've bought almost everything in here. Why should I have to go over there and live in a falling apart thing? The roof leaked over my side of the bed, and for several years, like probably at least 5 years, I had to sleep with a shower curtain over me and a towel on top of that to keep me from getting wet every time it rained, because he would never fix the ceiling, even though he kept saying he's going to. The ceiling's literally falling down, plus the leaking. He'd get upset if water got on his side, but he didn't seem to get upset at all that I was getting rained on every day and I had to sleep that way to keep from getting wet and stuff like this. But he thinks I should go over there because I dare to want to get a divorce. He also believes that the woman can't get a divorce, can't make that decision, because the Bible doesn't specifically say she can, that only God can make that decision, and trying to force me to stay married to him. by using the Bible against me. Um, so anyway, that's why I want to stay over here and not go over there. I think since he didn't fix the place, and he could fix the place because he's the guy he supposedly knows how to, to build things and fix floors. He's put in floors before. He's put in roofs before, fixed ceilings before. And I don't know. I can't do any of that. So I think he should be over there, but apparently the lawyer thinks that I should be kicked out of here and onto the streets for daring to tell him to go over there. Um, and it's just crazy. And the dog being cold, he's the one. The lawyer guy told him that I should be arrested because I don't let him in his time of need. I don't let him be over there in the single digit weather to be over here. I mean, he's got a Mr. Buddy heater over there that I bought for him. I bought a long hose too, so it would reach in there, and reach out to the propane tank, which I also bought all the propane tanks in the past, and told him, go ahead and take all the big ones over there if you want. Just leave me with the little one. Just leave me alone. He's got plenty of source of heat over there. He's got a long, long cord that reaches the generator, which is over here, but it goes over to there to provide him chicken heating lamp, which is all I got over here to heat with, and a propane heater. So he's got that same stuff I do, but a much smaller building, so it heats it up better, and it's more insulated. This barn has no insulation. The trailer has some, and so he has plenty of heat in comparison to what I have. But yet they're talking about how I should be arrested because he's this 70-some-year-old man and he's got health problems, and I, in his time of need, told him to go over there and can't come over here. I don't want him over here because, well, for a lot of reasons, but one reason is he keeps in the bed reaching over and grabbing my breasts and stuff and trying to do stuff sexually with me after I told him no. Then he says, I shouldn't have to. You're my wife. I shouldn't have to. I have a right. Your body's not yours. It's mine. I can do whatever I want to with it. And I don't want him over here. I don't want him near me. So there's that. And I told him he should bring his dog in this cold weather. I didn't. He acts like I'm the one keeping the dog out in the cold, and I should be punished for that. But he is that, and this is something the lawyer guy told him. He has these Newfoundland dog and this other dog that are winter dogs, but he brings his dogs in anyway. But here I make his dog stay outside. Well, I'm not the one that made him stay outside. I kept saying he should bring him in, but he didn't want to. He thought, no, he's okay. I got hay in his thing, whatever, and he seems to be doing okay. And so he only brought him in for the 2 coldest days. He has a place to hook him on a chain over there inside so he doesn't mess up the place, like try to climb on the furniture and stuff, because this dog isn't trained. He's unruly, but he's got a way to contain him over there. There's no room in here at all to put a cage or anything, and no place to hook him up. And it's much better for him to have the dog over there, and he's, made that decision for just except those 2 days, 2 nights, to leave the dog outside. And yet this just blows me away. I'm getting told I should be arrested because of not letting him be over here with the dog. It's just, anyway, I wanted to add that stuff to the video that I've already got, and I'm going to put this text on to the back part, and then you can listen to the video, hear him. And the other videos I have on YouTube also, if you're somebody that's going to try to help me, or a counselor, or a lawyer, or anybody that could help me, those other videos are recordings of the way he's been acting. You can hear with your own ears, and everybody, literally everybody that I have given the link to those, which I'm going to make those public, but they've been private videos. And everyone, at least 10 people who've had the link to those and listened to him, say that he's crazy. And I need to get away from him before I get hurt, because they're afraid he's going to hurt me, because the way he blows up and the way he's acting so nuts and irrational. And, you know, whoever he's seeing for a counselor and for the lawyer and all that kind of stuff, all they're getting is his side of the story. And this isn't fair because I'm actually the one that needs the help and is the victim, not him. Something's wrong with him, but he's an adult. He can control himself if he wants to, but he's just acting like he's totally nuts. So either he's developed some kind of a mental disorder, or whatever, or he's just a mean person now. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel safe with him, and I want him really out of here. When this cold weather goes away, I want him gone if I could get him gone, but I don't know how to go about doing it, so I need help. Anyway, I'm done.